Welcome to Tools, Tech, and Gear. I'm Seth. Today I'm testing out the Dowinx LS-668091. This is a gaming and office chair that has a couple of cool features such as headrest, lumbar, a fully reclining back. It's got a massage here in the lumbar and also has the gas cylinder to lift this up and down. And another cool feature is that it has a footrest as well. So let's go ahead and jump into assembling and checking out the features of this chair. Let's pull everything out of the box and get this chair assembled. There is a little bit of damage on the side of the box, but I don't think it's going to have any issues with the actual chair itself. Just the wheelbase assembly that will have maybe a little tiny scuff on it. I now have everything out of the box and laid out on the table for assembly. Let me just quickly name everything. You got the backrest, the two armrests. This is the footrest down here. You got your lumbar, your head pillow. This is the 5-sided base. This right here is your seat. And then you've got the tilt mechanism, the 5 wheels, a couple of guards to go over a couple of the mechanisms here. You've got your gas cylinder that goes up and down, supports the chair, and then these will also go under the chair to hold up the footrest. There's also a little packet of hardware here with a couple of Allen wrenches, and then an instruction book that has a couple of different languages in there. The first step in assembly is to put the wheels into this 5-sided base. So just flip this upside down and simply pop these wheels into place. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. There we go. All 5 of those are in. I'm going to flip it back around, and now I want to take the gas cylinder and I'm going to simply stick this tapered end into the hole right there. And then next there's the guard that is expandable, and I'm going to put that over the gas cylinder, and that right there will be set aside for now. Now I've placed the seat up here on my table. Now if you're wondering why there's no hardware to install the tilt mechanism, that's because it is pre-screwed into the bottom of the seat so it won't be lost in transit. So to get this installed, there is an indicator on the tilt that says front right here. And so you just need to install it just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these bolts and the washers that come with it. I'm just going to simply line this back up with the holes that are on the seat. And I recommend not tightening these down all the way until you have all of them in, and then go ahead and tighten it down the rest of the way. The kit does come with an Allen wrench. You can use that to tighten these bolts down. Now that I have all 4 of them installed, I can go ahead and cinch this down to make sure it's nice and tight. You'll notice that on the bottom towards the front of the seat there are 4 different bolts, and those are used to put on the footrest support or slide. So when you look at this, there are holes on both ends. One of them is going in this direction, one is going in this direction. So the one that is going like this will be put in the front. The reason that matters is because one side of the opening is bigger than the other side. Now that I have these supports installed, it's time to slide in the footrest. Now the orientation does matter whenever you install this. So the softer foam part is currently folded up between the 2 metal bars. And I'm going to make sure that this is facing towards the bottom of the seat. So just going to now slide these into position. And now whenever these poles come out of the other end, I can now take the included small rubber washers or O-rings, and those are going to be forced over onto the end of this metal pipe. The seat base is now complete. I can flip this up and set it onto the gas cylinder and just simply gets pushed down on that, just like that right there. And now that that is complete, I'm going to set this down out of the way so we can get the rest of this chair put together. There's a headrest and a lumbar support. To get the headrest installed, you just take the gap up here in this little window and put your straps into that. And then on the back side, you just simply snap those together and it will hold this in place. And now for the lumbar support, it has much longer straps that are on bungee. So you just get that right there undone, find the direction of the words, and then you will take the same openings that the headrest went onto and just stick this strap down in there. And whenever you get this flipped over, you can then connect those back together around the bottom. Now you could do this after you've got the back onto the base, but it's just easier to do it whenever it's not strapped onto the bottom. Now that I have the base and also the back finished, I'm going to remove the 4 bolts that are here on the backrest, and I'm going to be installing this onto the base. Just flip this up, put it into position, and then reinstall those 4 bolts, and make sure you don't tighten them all the way down until all 4 of them are in place. So I'm going to spin this around so you can see what's going on here. To cover up this exposed metal, there are plastic pieces that go on each side. The shorter one goes on the side with the tilt mechanism here. And so I'm just going to line up those holes and then tighten this down real quick. Okay, that looks nice. Spin this around to the other side. The longer piece of plastic goes on the side that does not have the tilt mechanism. Let's go ahead and get that lined up and attached here. Now that I have the plastic covers on, it's time to get both of the armrests installed. Now, because this chair has a reclining back, there are swivels here on the armrest so that it can recline with the chair, which is a really interesting feature. So I'm just going to take one of my bolts that came in the package, put a washer on there, and then slip that into that bearing, and then just get this screwed into place. Be sure to drop your tools a couple of times to get them broken in. This kit also comes with a couple little plastic pieces. So once you have those bolts tightened down, you can then put those in the holes to make sure that it covers things up and looks nice and smooth. Now that the chair is fully assembled, let's take a tour around. Starting up here at the top, you've got this design for the shoulders with the headrest that actually is quite comfortable. I've just been testing it out. The lumbar support is also comfortable and can be adjusted up or down depending on where you need the support. Also, if you plug this up to USB, it has a massage inner there, and we'll test that out here in just a bit as well. The armrests seem to be in a good spot. There's a tiny bit of shake to them, which is okay, but I prefer it if that wasn't there. The seat itself has a nice grip to it. It's a faux leather, so it's going to be washable, which is also a good thing. And the armrests will fold back with the backrest, so I'll show you that here in a moment. And also, I'll get this footrest out here. Now, when I first tried this out with just sitting down with the backrest as it is now, this seemed a little bit flimsy, but as soon as you lay back and take some of that pressure off, I like it a lot. I didn't think I would, but I do like that. It does have the 5 wheels, so it's nice and stable as a base, And then over here, it's got your handle so you can recline the back, and then you can either lock or unlock the tilt here. And that will do a couple things. It will raise the chair, lower the chair, or allow you to swing back a little bit. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you what this looks like being used. All right, so for my back, I like to lift up the lumbar a little bit so that I can sit in there. The pillow back here does fall down pretty easy, but you can lift that up to a comfortable spot. So it's not bad. I have, I guess, normal size shoulders, and they just barely cup into that side piece. No issues there. So let me move up a little bit so you can see what's kind of going on. So there we go. And then the arms, a good height for me. I'm 5'11", so that seems to fit just fine. So as far as moving the handle back here, I can grab the tilt, pull that all the way up. You can see it will go to almost a 90, and it's a little bit frightening when you first move back like that. You can pull that lever out all the way, and then you can go even further to this point right here, which is actually really comfortable. If you were doing a long work day, you could relax there. All right, and if you don't want to fall back all the way, you can push that handle back in, and it will stop you from going back that far. So anyway, that's how far you can go there. And you can adjust this back to stop. So if you prefer to sit here, or if you prefer to sit all the way at a 90, you could. As far as the height goes, so right now I'm at this table's height, but you can drop it down a couple of inches and then raise that back up. It has, I'd say, 4 to 5 inches of difference there. Now, as far as the footrest goes, you swing that out and then it folds up like that. So like I was saying, if you're sitting up, it seems a bit flimsy to just sit there. I'm not sure how long it would last, but if you get some of your weight back here on this, it becomes much more comfortable to do it this way. And then let me show you what it's like to really relax by pulling that bar out, and then you can just let this thing. What's fun about it is it will find kind of a floating point. So I'm not all the way up, I'm not all the way back. It's nice, I like it. You just kind of got a light little rock to you as it's finding the center of gravity. So it's quite comfortable. Let me go ahead and get us back up here. So to put this back, you flip this around again, scoot this back in. It doesn't seem to get in the way. It folds up enough in there that it's not going to bother me. Now sometimes I will put my feet up under here, and it might be a little bit in the way there, but it's not too bad. Okay, what else can I say about this before we try out that lumbar massage? Of course, the armrests don't move up or down. They are stationary, and it is a full 360 swivel, so you can go all the way around. I like it. So as far as comfort goes, it's a little bit stiff right now. I anticipate that will change as you sit here for a while and get things broken in. But anyway, it's comfortable. I like it. The lumbar pillow has a USB coming out with a barrel plug, so you can detach that cord if you need to, plug it back up. But I'm going to use a little power station over here to show that that has a little massage feature to it. So let me go ahead and plug this up to a USB. I'm going to bring the mic down here so you can hear this thing operating. So it's just got a vibration to it to help your low back relax. So you could either detach it here, or you could just pull it from the source. It would probably be a nice feature to have a little bit longer than 3 feet cord, and to have a button where you could keep your USB attached and just turn off the button. But when it's not in use, you can just stick it behind the pillow there and keep that cord out of the way. All right, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this quick assembly and first look at this gaming chair. If you'd like to learn more about this thing, I have links in the description down below. I'm Seth with Tools, Tech, and Gear, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Cool.